Good morning, or afternoon, or midnight, whenever it is you're watching this. So, if you have not watched my previous videos, I've been talking about mourning with those that mourn and being a highly sensitive person and having empathy. And my last video was about Jesus wept. And so, I've been in this is the container that I've been in this week. And so today I woke up and once again my chest is feeling really heavy. And this is not normal for me. So I know something is happening right now. Like my chest just feels really heavy and it's like hard to breathe. It's almost like that anxiety, the feeling of anxiety, and so I've just been like, what is going on? Well, I know what's going on because I also keep finding myself thinking about other people coming into my mind, and I start thinking about what they're going through and things that they could do to help them. And just I've begun to just codependency is a real thing. Codependency is just as much an addiction as drugs and as gambling and sex and shopping and all the addictions. Codependency is up there with them. And it's a hard one to overcome because it's so much in our mind. It's in our thoughts. And it's automatic. It comes like it just thoughts just flow into our mind and we'll latch onto them and our mind will just start spinning about other people. That stuff that's really not even our business. It's not ours. It's not other people's lives are not my life. But in codependency, we just want so much to help people. And we want to give them our advice, or we want to give them our insights, or our opinions, or thoughts, or things that come to us. And in all of our ways of trying to control other people. It's really about control. And I know this, and it's like, that's why I'm recognizing that it is just as much an addiction that we really don't have control over addictions. Addictions are just, they take over us. And with addiction, a lot of times we think, oh, okay, I want to quit. I don't want to be that way anymore, so I'm just going to not. That's not how it works. It takes repeated times to overcome these things. With drugs, it's easy to be very judgmental of other people, like, oh, they had a relapse, they're on drugs again. Well, how many of us have relapses daily with our sugar intake, or with turning on the TV, or with just the thousands of ways that we can be addicted with things? It's like some addictions are just way more obvious, and it's obvious how they affect people. But codependency is right up there with it. And it causes an entire physical, bodily experience. And I see that it is affecting me. It's beginning, and I recognize it's affecting me. It gets heavy, like it's getting heavy on my chest, and it's making it very difficult to breathe. And it's just really heavy. I've been in a lot of heaviness, and I do not like it. It doesn't feel good, and I see it. I'm aware of it. And as I was standing in my kitchen making my morning lemon and ginger and coconut water and some Baja salt because it's really great for detoxifying our system, and it's just a good thing to drink in the morning. So as I was sitting there doing that, I recognized I was caught up in somebody that I love. I was caught up in them, in thoughts, thinking about them, and what they could be, what they could do or need to do, or how I could help them. And I was just like, and it was making me anxious. And I was just like, this has got to stop. Like, I know this. And I was just like, I release. I release the thinking, and I release them. I was like, what are some things that I can do to help myself get unstuck from these codependent thinking? Because I mean, I've been in it really intensely this week. So a couple things. So I wanted to share with y'all a couple of things that I'm doing to help me through this, and to help me to get back to where I'm not obsessing so much about other people, because it is an addiction, and so we have to do things differently. So I made me a warm mug. Whenever we have something like this warm that we can touch, it affects our body, we can feel it, and it makes us very present. Like just taking a sip and just having the experience, feeling it, tasting it, the saltiness of it, the the lemon, the tanginess of it, the sourness, and just breathing, like taking really deep breaths and being so present and blowing it out. There's a lot of different things like with breath work, and you have to find what works for you. But breath work really does help, just connecting with our breath and getting very present. So that is something I'm doing this morning, is to help me to stop the trains, to stop all these trains from going like with other people. So sitting and being present. So something else that I have found that has helps me is essential oils. So I was like, okay, what can help me today? And I have two different ones that I like to use. One is called Present Time, and then the other one is called Release. And so I wanted to share with y'all. So what I like to do is just drop it in my hand. Just one drop is good. And I'll take it, rub it in my hands, and then I'll just inhale it. And it makes you very present because you're doing something very mindful, and it's connected with a scent. Like the more senses we get involved, the better it is. And so this one is called Release. And whenever I put it on my hands and I smell it, it just makes me think of releasing, letting go. And so in my mind, or even out loud, I release. I release other people. I let go. I release my thoughts. I release the cords that I am bound to them with. Because if you think about it, every relationship that we have, it's almost like whenever we're in these codependent ways of thinking, it's like I have a cord wrapped around me and around them, and I'm holding on to this cord. And so it's like I feel them. I experience what they're experiencing. I'm in their life. I'm thinking about them. I'm thinking of ways that I can help them, and just all this. So I am tied around these people with all these cords, and I've got many. I've been holding on to so many cords of so many people this week. It's not like just 1, 2, 3, or 4. I mean, I got my hands are filled with cords of other people this week. And a lot of stuff, a lot of energy with them, and a lot of pain, a lot of suffering, a lot of change, just a lot of stuff, a lot. And I can't, like, that's where codependency makes us so sick, because we hold on to these cords and we feel like we're doing something, we want to help people, and it becomes just a very self-sabotaging way of living, and it makes us anxious because we want to help so many people and we just can't. The greatest way that we can help people is to release them to God and release ourselves from holding on to all of these cords that we have that are wrapped around myself and other people. And so I also have many times in my life, I've had to literally just like cut. Like I'm a visual, like I can't see things in my mind visually. Like I don't have that because I have aphantasia, so I don't visualize within my mind. But I can like imagine myself just cutting the cords, cutting each person that I am attached to. And maybe that's what I need to do, is just think about each person and just cut that cord with them. And so it's really surrendering other people over to God, giving them over, that I don't have to fill my mind and my body with all the thinking. I can just release that. I can breathe. I can take a deep breath in and just release them. It doesn't always happen like that, you know. I may need to do this for a couple days because I've gotten stuck. I've gotten pulled back into those addictive ways of thinking, and it's really affecting me. It's making my head hurt. It's making me heavy. My neck hurt. Making me dizzy. Like our bodies respond to the things that we think about and that we're experiencing. So I release other people and their experiences with so much love and so much compassion, and I release them over to God, because He knows what everybody needs. He knows so much more than I do. And if I can, and I experience this, when I release people and I'm able to just sit in the Spirit and be open to whatever God wants, God will bring individual certain people into my mind to reach out to, in His way of reaching out, not in my way of my thinking and my figuring out how to help people, and then I want to tell them, and because there's so much of my own control in that. There's so much of me, and I don't want that, and other people don't want that. Other people don't need that, because I don't know what is best. But if I sit in peace and I'm not wrapped up in other people's lives, then I can sit here and God can show me who needs me to reach out to them. And not in a controlling, trying to fix kind of way, but just in a loving, I'm here for you kind of a space for other people. So I release people. So the other one that I felt to grab this morning to help me is called present time. This one I love. I love this one whenever I meditate, or just whenever my mind is really caught up in a lot of stuff. It just helps me to get present. And so I'll put a little drop in my hand, and it reminds me of honeysuckles. And so I will rub my hands together, just inhale it, and like I said, it reminds me of honeysuckles and nature and being outside and just being right now, being present. Like in this present moment, there are no worries, there are no concerns. It's light. Like I could literally just feel like the lightness in my neck. I could feel something change within my neck. Like it released. It's so weird. And what too helps is when you inhale and then as you exhale, when you exhale, it's like your body, my body, a person's body, you're able to feel it just relax. You're able to relax into. And so that's why it's really great to do like 3 or 4 breaths like that, like really deep. Because the more you do it, the deeper the relaxation becomes. And it just gets you present. It gets you right now. And so that is something else that really helps. So, you know, addictions are very, very challenging to overcome. And codependency is right up there with all of them. It is an addiction. And we don't even realize we're getting drawn back into it. You know, like I've worked for a few years disconnecting and detaching from those behaviors and from those ways of thinking. And so most of my time I'm not in that. But I think that because I've had many people this week who have had really great needs and have needed, and it's been a lot, and I've been feeling so much. I think whenever it comes like that, like just one right after another, it's just like if I'm latching onto one, I'm able to disconnect easily because I'm able to see it. But whenever it's coming like that, like one after another, I recognize, I see it, I'm aware of it today, that it can pull us in and we don't even know it. We don't even realize it until our body starts telling us, like my chest, the heaviness in my chest, the weight in my shoulders, the headaches, the just all these different symptoms that our bodies are screaming, like, look at this, what is happening? And I know, I'm aware, and these are just some of the tools that help me. And just, you know, just saying out loud, I surrender, I release, I give them over, you know, yes, like, but it doesn't always just happen, you know, because our bodies are still holding on to so much stuff. And so we have to get our body involved in it as well. We have to do things, do mindful practices, do things that help us to put that intention out there. Like, I don't want to feel this way. How can I help my body? How can I help my nervous system to calm down and to release all that I'm feeling? And so sit, be still, grab you whatever you like. If you like hot chocolate, if you like teas, if you like, I don't know, make something up. Something that is healthy and good for you. Find you some essential oils or just something that gets your senses involved. And if you want Young Living, I have Young Living, and so I can help you with that. But there's lots of oils out there that can help with that. Cutting the cords, like just intentionally seeing yourself cutting those cords, and just prayer and meditating and sitting quietly. Just all of these little things help us to detach, because addictions come in and they grab a hold, and I mean, we have to make choices to change that. And so this is just something that I wanted to offer, that this is something I'm going through. And You know, it's not like a one-time thing. It's not like I say, oh, I don't want to be codependent anymore, and I'm not going to be. And so, you know, that's not how it works. I've been recovering from codependency for years, and it still pops up. And it's still showing me where I have these behaviors within me. And so it's just like a drug addict. It just happens, you know, whenever drug addicts, they can be sober for years, and when life piles up on them, and one thing after another hits, that's when people are very susceptible to falling back into addictions. So I hope that this is helping someone else out there, because I know I'm not alone. I'm not alone in it, because we all want to control each other. I mean, we all grow up in codependency. I mean, we just do. When we're in relationships with people, if we're not mindful about it, then we're usually trying to control people around us. And we just have to recognize that and let people go and give people over to God. So I hope y'all have a good day.